We stand on the shoulders of giants, but not the ones in our history books. Not kings or generals, but the countless nameless hands that shaped our world. Look at ancient ruins, crumbling walls, and weathered stones. We remember the battles and the victors, but rarely the men who built those walls, stone by stone. History is told from the top, the grand visions of leaders, the monuments of pharaohs and emperors. But these achievements were built with the sweat and lives of thousands of ordinary people. Farmers, soldiers, craftsmen, laborers. Their collective effort formed the foundation of civilization. Imagine a battlefield after the fighting. The general's name is remembered, but the men who dug trenches and forged swords are forgotten. Their sacrifices are buried beneath monuments to the powerful. We're drawn to stories of singular figures, but greatness is forged by the many. The story of humanity is not just kings and conquerors. It's every hand that laid a brick, every back that carried a stone, every heart that hoped for a better future. The invisible foundation of history is built by those whose names we'll never know. Their legacy is everywhere, even if their stories are whispers in the wind. We must look beyond the statues and remember the hands that built them. The true story of our world is written in the labor of the forgotten. Let's listen for their echoes in the silent halls of history. Think of the Roman Empire, its legions, its senators, its emperors. Rome's marvels, roads, aqueducts, the Colosseum, are symbols of power and ingenuity. But who built them? Not emperors, but an army of laborers. Quarrymen cut stone, masons shaped it, engineers calculated arches, carpenters built scaffolding, workers mixed mortar and hauled materials under the relentless sun. Their names are lost, but their work endures. Roman roads, the arteries of the empire, were laid by hand through rock, forest, and marsh. Soldiers, citizens, and slaves performed grueling, dangerous labor. Injury and exhaustion were constant threats, yet they persevered. The glory of Rome stands on their backs, not just the ambitions of its leaders. When we walk ancient roads or marvel at the Colosseum, we witness the legacy of forgotten men. Their collective effort built an empire that lasted 1,000 years. The true builders of Rome are not in statues, but in every stone beneath our feet. Their resilience and strength made the vision of emperors real. The empire's endurance is a testament to their sacrifice. We owe them more than memory. We owe them recognition. The story of Rome is the story of its workers. Their sweat and pain are the true foundation of its glory. Let's honor the hands that built the eternal city. In medieval Europe, we picture kings, knights, and castles. But behind every fortress stood an invisible army: stonemasons, carpenters, blacksmiths, laborers. They dug moats, quarried stone, and raised walls, often for years or decades. Castles were not just homes for kings, but products of immense collective effort. Wars, too, were fought by more than just commanders and knights. For every knight, dozens of foot soldiers, archers, cooks, and carters made victory possible. They marched, toiled, and suffered in obscurity. Cathedrals soared because of their hands. Fields fed kingdoms because of their labor. Their work powered the feudal system, yet their names are lost. Without them, there would be no castles, cathedrals, or kingdoms. They are the silent partners in civilization's creation. The unsung heroes of the medieval age built more than walls. They built society itself. Their legacy is in every stone and every field. We must remember the invisible armies who shaped the world. Their story is the true heart of the Middle Ages. In ancient Egypt, the Great Pyramids stand as icons of ambition and power. Pharaohs are remembered as gods, but the pyramids were built by tens of thousands of workers, not just slaves. Skilled craftsmen and seasonal laborers cut, hauled, and placed massive stones. They worked in teams, using simple tools, under the relentless sun. The work was dangerous and exhausting. Lives were lost for a ruler's tomb. Workers lived in villages near the site, their identities submerged in collective effort. Their reward was meager, their sacrifice immense. The pyramids are more than monuments to pharaohs. They are monuments to human endurance. Every stone holds the sweat and pain of forgotten individuals. When we see the pyramids, we must see the human cost. Their sacrifice is sealed within every block. Many empires were built on the backs of enslaved people. Men, women, and children stripped of freedom and dignity. In Rome, slaves mined, farmed, served, and rode, their lives erased from history. The transatlantic slave trade brought millions to the Americas, fueling wealth through forced labor. They built cities, cleared land, and endured cruelty. Their families torn apart. Their resilience shaped the New World, though their stories are often ignored. To forget them is to ignore the true cost of progress. They were individuals with hopes and dreams, not just anonymous workers. Remembering them means confronting injustice and honoring their humanity. The history of nations is also a history of suffering. We must remember the victims, not just the victors. The Industrial Revolution transformed the world. Cities grew, railroads spread, and factories rose. Names like Carnegie and Rockefeller are remembered, but millions of workers paid the price. They toiled in dangerous factories, steel mills, and coal mines, often for 16 hours a day. Accidents were common, lives were lost for the sake of progress. Railroad workers, many immigrants, laid tracks across continents, facing brutal conditions and discrimination. Their sacrifices are overshadowed by the wealth of industrialists. While the rich lived in luxury, workers crowded into slums, breathing polluted air. Even children labored for survival. These men and women built more than bridges and railways. They built a new society. Their struggle for dignity and safety is a heroic chapter in our story. The modern world stands on their labor and sacrifice. We must remember the cost of progress. Their fight for justice shaped the world we live in. Why do we remember kings and generals, but not the workers? History was written by the elite, for the elite. Scribes recorded the deeds of rulers, not the ruled. Power shapes what is remembered. The daily labor of thousands fades into the background. Monuments and chronicles glorify leaders, while workers' stories vanish. This bias distorts our understanding, making progress seem the work of a few. We must look beyond the hero's journey to see the collective effort behind every achievement. By remembering the many, we reclaim the true story of our past. The legacy of unsung heroes is all around us, in ancient aqueducts, cathedral foundations, and the roads we travel. We live within the structures they built, often forgetting the human cost. Their legacy is not just physical, but a testament to resilience and cooperation. Collective effort, shared struggle, and achievement are our true inheritance. Recognizing this changes how we see the world. Every skyscraper, every bridge is a story of risk and sacrifice. We are connected to a long chain of human effort. This understanding calls us to value labor today. The builders of our present are the heirs of the past. By honoring them, we affirm the dignity of all work. Their contribution deserves recognition and respect. We can't know every name, but we can change how we see history. Let's look beyond the powerful and seek the stories of ordinary people. Teach a history that honors both the craftsman and the architect, confronts painful truths, and celebrates resilience. Stand in quiet appreciation for the hands that built our world, the cobblestone layer, the miner, the factory worker. Their work connects us across time. They didn't seek glory, they simply did what needed to be done. Their silence in history does not mean they have nothing to say. Their legacy is in the world we inherit. It is our duty to remember and honor them. They are the true giants, and we are privileged to stand on their shoulders.